What were you thinking of when you wrote that yummy?
Yeah. My sex life.
Okay.
Justin Bieber is a fan favorite. His fan base in the international community is arguably one of the largest, right from his debut as a young star in the industry. But it's not news to fans that Bieber is constantly caught ruining the public's opinion of his charm. There are, in fact, records of these ugly events that surround his stardom. So what are the below charming behaviors that Justin has displayed in times past that would make people vote him as the most hated celebrity of all time? This is our topic for discussion today. As always, do not forget to like this video, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. The accident with the paparazzo.
Oh my God!
For many celebrities, we can all agree that the unrelentless pursuit of the paparazzo to milking every juicy detail in the life of celebrities can be quite irritating as well as nauseating. And for regular people, even though we want to keep up to date with our idols' lives, we can all agree that it's pretty annoying having cars trailing your every move and cameras being shoved in your face every minute of the day. Might we give Justin this excuse also? Justin has been in the limelight since a kid, and it's highly understandable that he gets fed up with the attention that he gets sometimes. One of these times is the one time he reportedly hit a paparazzo with a car. He did this while leaving the church in Beverly Hills. The 26-year-old star, with eyewitness testimonies, had tried to scare away the paparazzi, but as he neared them, he accidentally hit one of the photographers who were in his way with his car as they were standing at the end of the driveway. Was this an accident, or was Bieber just frustrated by the fact that they had trailed him there? Whichever the case was, the victim suffered no life-threatening injuries, and he was transported to Cedars-Sinai Hospital. This was the last the media heard of this incident, but a little dent was imprinted on his reputation. The Vandalism civil suit. In the year 2014, Jeffrey Schwartz called the police on the celebrity. The California police got this call regarding the pop star, with the caller allegedly accusing Bieber of attacking his house with eggs. The icing on the cake was his statement that the star would spit in his face every time he walks up to him, requesting that he drive slower in the neighborhood. Well, Justin pleaded no contest to the charge of misdemeanor vandalism laid against him, paid $89,000 for damages, and 2 years of probation. However, by January of 2017, Schwartz filed a new case at Bieber's legal team for trying to cap damages from his civil suit at $25,000. Quote, "Following the offensive and indecent attack on Mr. Schwartz, Bieber continues to harass, intimidate, and threaten the Schwartz family at every opportunity possible, which included yelling obscenities and threats at the plaintiffs and their minor daughter, as well as making anti-Semitic statements to plaintiff," the documents allegedly said. Schwartz claimed that the actual damages, including his family's pain and suffering, emotional distress, and property damage, exceeded $1 million. Yet another dent in the star's image. Canceling a planned tour. Fans look forward to a live performance of their idols and would be willing to bear the cost of getting to attend their concerts. Little wonder the Beliebers felt betrayed and went all hysterical when the news of the canceled tour broke out. One of Bieber's reps announced a statement that the rest of the Purpose World Tour dates would be canceled as a result of unforeseen circumstances. Justin loves his fans and hates to disappoint them. He thanks his fans for the incredible experience of the Purpose World Tour over the last 18 months, the statement continued. He is grateful and honored to have shared that experience with the cast and crew for over 150 successful shows across 6 continents during this run. However, after careful consideration, he has decided he will not be performing any future dates. End quote. Given that the so-called unforeseen circumstances had little or no worthwhile information about the concrete reason the tour was canceled, fans had a couple of harsh words to say about the pop star. A short while after the announcement, Bieber stated to TMZ, "I love you guys. I think you guys are awesome. Sorry for anyone who feels disappointed or betrayed. It's not my heart or anything. And have a blessed day." End quote. Despite this, fans were still outraged about the incident, not thinking about the fact the star had been on tour for the last 18 months. Bieber's manager, Scooter Braun, in a bid to calm the fans, also gave a statement. He said, "On behalf of myself, Justin, and the team, we are sorry. This was never our intention, but a man's soul and well-being I truly care about came first, and we must all respect and honor that. Justin will be back, and I know he looks forward to performing for you and with all of you again. Though the entire team apologized, it was quite a pill to swallow for fans who had readily awaited the idol, the monkey business. Well, no one hates a fun monkey, and preposterous to assume less for a young child or young star, as it were. We see a couple of stars even these days owning a monkey as a pet. In fact, Chris Brown got his baby girl a capuchin monkey. But what about this monkey business got people talking? Even though the ownership of a primate-like monkey is illegal, Justin got himself a monkey he named Mally in 2013. But he bade the same pet buy as she got confiscated at customs in Germany. The young star confessed to being warned against bringing the pet along with him, all of which fell to deaf ears. He said, quote, "Everyone told me to not bring the monkey. I was like, it's gonna be fine, guys." But it was the farthest thing from fine, end quote. As usual, people got talking about the whole Mally episode about his former pet hamster, Pac. Pac, unlike Mally, was not confiscated and ended up kicking the bucket after getting offloaded by Justin on a fan just outside a concert venue. A lot of people got thankful that the monkey was seized when they got to hear of Mally doing okay in her new home, a German zoo. Justin praying to war criminals. It's the cause of these kinds of incidents that it's devised to have full knowledge of a place and actions that have prior taken place in the location of interest. The background story of this shrine? After World War II, a highly controversial monument was mounted. This shrine is said to have been mounted to enshrine the souls of some of the country's most brutal war criminals and military leaders involved in the atrocities of World War II. Many individuals, Chinese fans mostly, asked that the pop star take down the post, terming it to be offending. And eventually, Justin complied with the request. While in Japan, I asked my driver to pull over, for which I saw a beautiful shrine. I was misled to think the shrines were only a place of prayer. He continued to explain, quote, "To anyone that I have offended, I am extremely sorry. I love you, China, and I love you, Japan," end quote. Justin's views on abortion. It's not strange that young artists are usually asked about issues concerning politics, economic imbalance, and social issues. Whether this is to the end that they'll end up making a fool of themselves like any teenager, or just to know how sound they aside the already noticed prowess in their field. Justin, like many others before and after him, was questioned, and not surprisingly, his comments were not pleasing to the ears of fans. Justin was questioned about his view on abortion by Rolling Stone, and what the then 16-year-old star had to say about it was, "I don't believe in abortion. It's like killing a baby. When it comes to cases of rape, well, I think that's sad, but everything happens for a reason. I don't know how that would be a reason. I guess I haven't been in that position, so I wouldn't be able to judge that." And for that reason, this statement came out all wrong, and once again, came out as the wrong PR. Justin gets tagged racist.
Why are black people afraid of chainsaws?
Don't even say it. Don't say it.
Amongst several celebrities that their past seems to catch up with them, Justin seems to have had it quite bad. 2014 brought a series of backlash from the past of Bieber. We see videos of the singer at 14 and 15 years old making jokes involving the N-word. The first footage to emerge was published by TMZ, and it showed him telling a joke that begins with, quote, "Why are black people afraid of chainsaws?" end quote, and ends with a couple of racial slurs. However, the star issued an apology to the totality of his fans through the Associated Press, saying, quote, "I'm very sorry. I take all my friendships with people of all cultures very seriously, and I apologize for offending or hurting anyone with my childish and inexcusable behavior." Unfortunately for him, a second video filled with several slurred words emerged a couple days later. In the clip, he parodies his hit "One Less Lonely Girl," saying, "If I kill you, I'd be part of the KKK, and there's gonna be one less lonely N-word." He gives a second apology in an interview with The Sun, saying, quote, "I just hope that the next 14-year-old kid who doesn't understand the power of these words does not make the same mistakes that I made years ago. At the end of the day, I just need to step up and own what I did," end quote. Every celebrity has clone accounts. These clone accounts on social media misinform unsuspecting fan followers, from notices of fake giveaways to fake stories and even fake beef. For a celebrity like Justin, it's not out of the ordinary that there would be more than a handful of parody accounts in his name. After the demise of guitarist Andrew Watt, the artist posted an emotional tribute to Prince, saying, quote, Today, waking up to this news, I am truly beside myself. Devastated, the last of the greatest living performers was my guitar idol." End quote. Not long after, we see a reply from a Justin Bieber named account. The account reportedly typed in response to the post, quote, "Well, not the last greating living performer," end quote. Although it was then said that the comments were a total fraud. The viral fakeout was enough to stir up controversy and make headlines. An unusual face disguise. Just as in the incident with the Paparazzo, in a bid to get off the confines of the lenses of photographers and journalists, Justin, like many other celebrities, turned to disguise to help him avoid the paparazzi as well as unwanted fan attention. But apparently, Bieber decided to be more creative than most celebrities. However, wearing a gas mask twice in the same week in 2012 backfired for the star, as photos of his unusual face disguise got the attention of the world. He had paired the mask with the trademark look of his trucker hat, trainers, and low-slung trousers. A very unsmart move, but that wasn't what got people talking. It was rather because he wore it out to go shopping in London. In the end, fans decided to believe that the odd gear had something to do with a private joke, maybe a way to console themselves. Justin's not-so-subtle insensitive comment. At the age of 19, one would think that the young star, who was not so young anymore, would learn to control what he says to the public. But alas, that wasn't the case. As he was on a European leg of his 2013 tour at the time, Bieber decided to make a stop at Amsterdam's Anne Frank house. A very reliable source told People then that he made the trip after reading the famous diary Frank wrote while hiding during the Holocaust. You would think that given the situation, as the event that happened to Frank was one of the most poignant and tragic figures of the 20th century, Bieber would go on this trip with no bad PR. But, not shockingly, Bieber ended up on the end of criticism. According to the museum's post on Facebook, Bieber had something quite conceited to say, and it read, "Truly inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully, she would have been a believer." And obviously, this wasn't without backlash, as several celebrities poked fun at him. Quote, "Anne was dope. Hopefully, she would have gone to the window to the wall," end quote, said Lena Dunham on April 14, 2013. "I agree with Justin Bieber. Anne Frank would have loved his stuff. It's perfect for being played quietly, so no one can hear it," said Ricky Gervais on April 14, 2013. And quote, "Who's this Anne Frank, and why is he visiting her house? Are they dating? OMG! 93% of believers," said Rainn Wilson on April 14, 2013. And that rounds out our list for today. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to our channel and leave us a like, and if you have a chance, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.